Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the North Rink here at the Rinks in Hauppauge. Just about set to go for a varsity matchup to close out the night. We'll see if we can live up to that JV matchup that just featured the JV Sachem team dropping 4-3 in regulation against Longwood in a wild finish. But their varsity team will face the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds here tonight. Brady Campbell with you on the call alongside our cameraman, Wally Mitchell. And coming into this one, the Sachem varsity team feeling good. 3-0-0, their last win back on October the 1st, 10-1 over Middle Country. It was a two-goal game. Anderson, Trapani, Saunders all had 2 goals. Chase Saunders, that is, tacked on an assist as well. Joseph Wanling had a goal and an assist. And it was indeed Anthony Mare getting the start in that one, just the 1 goal allowed. For the Thunderbirds on the other side, they're 1-2-0. Their last game was a 6-4 win against Ward Melville back on September 29th. They were led by Logan Booth Alam, who had 2 goals and 1 assist in that one. Riley Hanley got the start and got the victory. Strap in and enjoy. We'll take a brief timeout. We'll be back for puck drop and starting goalies momentarily. You are tuned into the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Well, we're set to go here on LI Sports Network. First, just look at the starting goaltenders. First for Sachem, Michael DiGirolamo. We'll try it again. Michael DiGirolamo will get the start. My apologies. He's 1-0-0 this season, and his only game was a shutout. And then on the other end for Connetquot Sayville, after this chance that he could not stop, they score. Sachem off and running. Quick start for Sachem. They lead it 1-0 on the goal by Cam Kalberer. A steal right off the face-off. In all alone. Good little fake that time. And picks up the goal. Meanwhile, for Connetquot Sayville, and is Mason Dorian getting the start, formerly of Smithtown Hauppauge JV. And they will turn to him here tonight to try and get a win. Not a great start for the Thunderbird team, though. Just 13 seconds in, they find themselves down 1-2-0 on the goal by Kalber. And what a start he's had. It's no surprise as he centers one. It's cleared back out. And down the ice it goes. Played, though, by DiGirolamo. So no icing. Thunderbirds trying to respond. Centering pass. Comes to Villani. Sharp angle try. It's stopped and cleared down the ice. This will be an icing. Face-off will come back down the Sachem end here. And for Cam Calber, that is point number 11 on the year, goal number 6 in just his 4th game. So a very impressive start for number 17 in white here tonight. Thunderbirds in the road red. They win the faceoff. Here's Larry Andres. Goes down low with it, but it was picked off. And Sachem clears once again. Deflected in by Bicel. Volani sweeps it towards the front. Good response shift here for the T-Birds. Back in though, it's Anderson, shot blocked. Still bouncing around and swept out of harm's way by Gavin Bicel. Stretch pass on for Volani was intercepted. Looking for him that time was Nicholas Proscia. Right back in comes Sachem. Takeaway though, and the T-Birds will look to get it out. Here is Proscia, 13 in red. Returns it to Richard Ogburn Jr., and here's Ogburn. Throws a double team, steps through. Meanwhile, his team's in a change. His pass was picked off. It gets by Misoletto. And down the ice, Sachem in the midst of a change. Pass on to John Moody. Moody shakes free, goes cross ice. Trapani, shot high off the glass, wraps around and back out to center. Here is Simone with it. Dylan Simone over the line, has 3 assists already on the season. It's been a very impressive start to the year for this varsity squad of Sachem thus far. They put up at least 10 goals in each of their first 3 games. 11-3 over KPC, which not necessarily surprising. Sachem won, but by the margin they did, certainly. They beat West Islip 10-0, and then as we mentioned, 10-1 last time out, the victors over Middle Country. So they've been more than getting it done so far to start the season. See if this one's any tighter. This is certainly a very talented Thunderbird team on the other side. Their only win, of course, coming last time out against War Melville. 2-on-1, though. Trapani with Simone going to the goal. Trapani scores! Goes glove side that time to beat the goaltender Dorian. It's 2-0 Sachem, and there's the foghorn making its way into the building for the Sachem faithful to my left. Trapani, he can bring it, as we've seen at the JV level. Very good shot, uses it to his advantage there. Saguna right back in now for Sachem. Centering pass picked off for Trapani. That is goal number 6 as well. No assists on the year just yet, but he was right there at the top of the team lead and right close to the varsity lead as far as goals are concerned, with teammate Calber. Centering pass, looking for more here is Sachem. Pena's point shot, gloved and held by Dorian. For this Thunderbird team on the other side, their first 2 games, a couple tough losses to start things off. First 6-4, a tight one against Northport Huntington. And then a rough 11-2 loss to East Islip. Backdoor, Drago was open, but it was picked off by the Thunderbirds. Proscia on the pass from Tom Ford, but he couldn't quite handle it. And that will be Matthew Langyel Jr. Takes it behind his own goal. And starts the outlet. Drago cross ice for Lorette. Tyler Lorette snapshot off a stick and behind the goal. Pass gets through Drago. Skated back out to center here by Bicel. He puts it in deep, chases after it. Lorette first one on it though. And goes around the boards. Calber shakes through. Kalberer, Wandling trying to drive to the net. It's forced off by Villani. Point try, though, by Lorette, misses. Comes across, it gets by Laniel and back out to center. Here's Cam Kalberer. Right back in. It was Cole Kalberer scored the goal in the Sachem JV loss just previous to this one. The shot blocked. And Captain Cam sends it ahead for Drago. Spins off a hit. And the puck gets knocked back out to center. Drago spins around Misoletto and then fought his way around Ogburn. Waits goes cross ice. It was deflected. Still found its way to Tyler Anderson with 4 goals on the season himself. Look at the point leaders and the goal leaders and assists. Why not? For varsity level at the bottom of your screen, you're likely to see a lot of Sachem players, especially by the end of tonight. At least after these first 2, we'll see what the rest of the night entails offensively for them. It entails an offside right here with 9:09 remaining. Kalberer and Saunders right at the top with 10 points apiece. The next closest, well, now Kalberer at 11. The next closest is Evan LaFada for East Islip with 7 points. Another chance, left pad save. From Dorian, makes the stop here, pops up in the air right near the crease, knocked away. Nearly numbers for Connetquot Sayville, could still be. Tom Ford brings it in, drops it to Logan Aiello, who puts it in deep. Aiello checked by Anderson. And Anderson on for Tom Ford, that got by him. This is Saunders. Tom Ford, though, on the back check, wouldn't let him through. Anderson tried to follow it up. It was taken away. Here's Joseph Jackalone. Feeds it on to Aiello, but it was poked away from him. Castillo and Trapani back in, drops it off. Saunders, fall off with the right pad. It's loose and it goes. The initial save made by Dorian, and then chaos ensued as it popped over his head and trickled into the net as it came off. Get another look at it. See who gets credit for the goal. Saunders took the shot. Anderson's there. I believe it will be Saunders' goal. See what the official scorer gives it to. But I don't believe Anderson got there in time. It is Saunders from Saguna to make it 3-0. Ogburn trying to answer here, brings it in, knocked off his stick. Villani follows it up. His shot ramps high into the netting and out of play. It's the 7th goal of the season for Chase Saunders. Has another chance here from the outside. Glove save, and holding on to it is Dorian. Saguna picks up his second helper on the year. Just about halfway through period number 1. Defensive zone faceoff controlled by Connetquot Sayville. This is Alex Barilski, sends it down the ice, icing. See if the Thunderbirds can hang tight in this game with a tough Sachem team that has opened up a 3-0 lead here just halfway through the first. Thunderbirds are a very scrappy team known to battle. And of course they have some offensive talent of their own, but so far it's been Sachem here spending a lot of time in the offensive zone. Saguna to Pena. Pena steps, shoots and scores. Oh, a wicked wrister from out high. Beats Dorian. It's 4-0 Sachem. How about this shot? Christian Pena. Just his second goal on the year. His sixth total point as well. 4 assists. And it's all Sachem right now. Look out. Calber went for the Michigan. Couldn't quite get it up on his stick. That would have been something. Here he has it now. He'll elect for the shot. Getting a piece with the glove is Dorian. Mare down the other end. This started 2 goals coming into this one. It's 2-0-0-0. A 2.00. Goals against average. It's a lot of 2s and 0s right there, which is pretty good when you talk about the stats that we're talking about. They score on the rebound. And that is another for Calber. Parked himself in front, found the rebound, and puts it off the post and in. There he is right in front and jams it home. Here comes Sachem back in. Shot from Anderson. This time stopped and held. By the goalie, Dorian. Anderson a little too greedy here in the faceoff. The left winger creeping in. Linesman told him to back up. Caden Marcus stumbles down, so he tried to get a shot off from his knees. Could not. Aiello dumps it in, delayed offside. He took a hit meanwhile from Gandolfo. Rather, that was Saunders. Now Moody gets the red line, dumps it in. The defenseman will chase it himself. He'll get there first. Upends one of the T-Birds. Now comes back Gillen. Will settle and steer it behind the net. Chipped on and just over the cage. And back out to center ice. Calber's second of the game. Tyler Lorette picks up the assist. Here's Jack Alone. Tried to center, picked off. And taken right back here by Ogburn. Tried to drop it for Jack Alone. Taken away by Sachem. They start back out 3-on-2. Here's Marcus. Swoops in. Saunders fires one wide. Around Pena will hold it in. Christian Pena fends off a checker. That's Ogburn. Takes it down low. Marcus overskated. Ogburn puts it around him. Deals with it in the skates of the official. Now gets the red line and fires that one in but out of play. And so the face-off will come to center ice, where it's won once again by Sachem. They bring it right back in. Collision. Sachem keeps it. Shot getting a piece with the blocker was Dorian, and it wraps back out to center. Back in comes Sachem. Around the board, Simone. And on the centering attempt. Carter Tom Ford couldn't get there, though. A good stick by Villani. He overskates, but some time here for Connetquot Sayville to clear. They do to Proscia. Joseph Villani from the center red, swept it, or excuse me, from the blue line, swept it on goal. Alert. DiGirolamo made the save. Back in Pena. Simone going to the goal. Pena puts it to Simone just behind him and left the puck right there in the crease. Volani dumps it in from the center red out to move it. DiGirolamo. Here's Volani. Taken to the high slot, picked off though, and knocked off the stick. That time was Bennett King. Doubling back here is Saguna. 3 minutes left, first period. It's been all Sachem so far in this varsity matchup as Sachem tries to stay undefeated and improve to 4-0-0. Excuse me, 4-0-0 on the season. As of right now, in first place, right up there at the top of the varsity division. Connetquot Sayville trying to get back to 500. They'll have to do it in comeback fashion tonight. Still a long ways to go. Langiel brings it over the line. The defenseman now all the way to the corner. Catches back up to it. Calber took his spot. He gets the puck. Moves it to Lorette from the circle. Just swept it out in front. It got through everyone. Langiel fakes. And look out here. Scrap right in front of the goal. Multiple players hit the deck as the officials get involved. King is in there. That's Joshua King. I believe that's Wanling for Sachem as the main culprit in white. Gandolfo lost a glove in the process as well. We'll get it sorted out. And I believe we should have penalties coming of this. King will go to the box, as will Gandolfo. See if we stay 5-aside, if we go 4-on-4. Referee talking with the scorer right now. 2:22 left, first period of play. 5-0 leads Sachem. It's a long discussion here of the penalties coming up. Looks like a roughing minor on Gandolfo and a roughing minor on King. Long discussion though, so is anything else coming of it? They do have 96 up on the board, which is not Gandolfo. That's Joseph Wanling. And Wanling, now getting to the box, will join Gandolfo. Or as his teammates call him, Gando. And the only extra penalty goes to Sachem. So after all that, looks like a power play for Connetquot Sayville. First of the game for either side. And an opportunity to get on the board here late in the first. DiGirolamo coming way out of his goal. Looks like he's having a discussion with Paul Wagner. Still a long delay. It looks like the Sachem bench having a discussion with the linesman and official here, led by head coach George Alamia. Having an explanation as to why they are short-handed. Appears he's finally satisfied with the explanation, and to the power play go the T-Birds with 2:22 left in period number 1. Skated back out though by Drago. short-handed. Ogburn poked it away from him. And started up ice, back the other way come the Thunderbirds. Just over 2 minutes left in the period. Big check delivered by Lorette. That time on by Sell. 2 minutes remaining in the frame. Moved by Mason Petrie. Comes around for Ogburn. He settles. Goes cross ice Petrie. Petrie returned to Ogburn in the slot. Couldn't quite settle it. Swept it towards the goal. Blocked, and then the rebound try went over the net. Langiel got the initial block, and then a penalty upcoming. That will do it for the power play. Boarding, I believe, is the call. It indeed is, and that is Paul Wagner, who will sit. So a lot more open ice out there for both sides. A minute 14 of 4-on-4 hockey. With just 95 seconds left in the period. Now Sachem with the offensive faceoff goes to work. Ogburn, though, steered it up the wall. Got it by Saguna. Bicel touches it on for Ogburn. Volani trying to fight through. Went down to the ice. T-Bird faithful won the penalty. None coming. Puck ends up out of play. Wagner 2 minutes for boarding. There's actually 3 T-Birds in the box. Boarding and a 10-minute misconduct. Joshua King is serving the boarding minor. Off the draw here deep in the Sachem zone, it's Borelski who fires it hard around as we hit 1 minute left here in the first period. First period that Steven Bicel might not be all too pleased with his team trailing in a big way and wiped out their own power play. They still got 30 minutes of hockey left. Here's Moody. Takes it behind the net. Look out behind the defense. That hit the backside of Anderson, though. And Volani with 30. Snapshot deflects into the netting and out of play. .6 left here on the clock in the opening period. Another face-off in the Sachem end. Shot off the draw. Stopped by DiGirolamo. That looked like it may have hit part of the ceiling or something, but we play on, and DiGirolamo makes a couple of saves. Probably his biggest 2 of the game. 13 seconds left in the period. I was just about to say how Sachem has done a good job keeping the majority of the opportunities for Connetquot Sayville to the outside. Not that time, as that point shot was redirected. 1 penalty over here. Now to the power play for another half minute goes Sachem. Well, that'll likely extend into the second. Maybe not. Drago, can he get a shot off? He does. Right at the horn. It was stopped by Dorian. Had to have it, because after 1, it is a 5-0 lead for Sachem, as they have come out of the gates flying here, looking to stay undefeated. 5-0 after 1. We'll be back momentarily for the second period here for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Well, we're back for the second here on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell alongside Wally Mitchell on camera. It's a 5-0 lead for Sachem over Connetquot Sayville. Still 24 seconds of power play time left as well. After a 4-on-4 sequence, gives them a brief power play. Overskated by Justin Horman. Now moves it on to Anderson. Drops it Saunders. Chase Saunders leads his way in. Takes the shot. Glove save. How about that? Flashing the leather, Mason Dorian. On the drop pass to Saunders. Well, Dorian giveth in the first. Dorian taketh away right there. Keeps his team within shouting distance, I suppose. Villani brings it back in. Pena took it away. We are back to 5-a-side. Anderson into the skate of Saunders, who brings it back in. Saunders swept it towards the front, picked off, and flipped back out to center. Pena flags it down. Anderson gets on it. And we'll go back to Pena with it. Anderson tried to return it to him. It was behind him. And that pass gets by Villani down the ice for icing. And it will come all the way back down near Dorian. .57 left here, just over a minute gone in the second period. Face off to the right here of Dorian. He's been busy tonight. Sachem is just feeling it here to start the season. Langiel puts it down to the corner. Was intercepted, though, and trying to clear Barilski. Having a lot of trouble, but eventually powers his way through. Banks it ahead to Misoletto, who takes the shot blocked. Vincent Misoletto was stapled to the boards. Trapani fires it around. Banked out. Petrie. It got by him. Saguna with Trapani. Saguna to the circle. Scores! Wow, what a shot there from Anthony Saguna. That makes it a 6-0 lead for Sachem. Two on one. Pretty much tell, though, he's shooting the whole way here. High blocker right under the bar. So that will extend Sachem's lead here early in the second. And they're coming back for more. But that puck will be fed back out to center. And hard around. King comes after it. Take away. Langiel tried to center. Only one there was in red. That's Tom Ford. His pass on the wrong side of Villani. And then two Sachem players took the puck from each other, Saguna and Simone. Simone ends up with it and fires it into the corner. Tom Ford banks it back out. Lorette gets on it. Goes across to Moody. And Moody fires it down the ice. Waiting on it, Jack alone as Sachem completes the change. Trago, though, stripped it from him, centers it, and finding it and covering is Dorian. .12:09 left here in the second. All Sachem thus far. Still a long ways to go, trying to get through this one, stay undefeated before a big one next week, October the 13th. 9:40 p.m. face-off against the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls. That is certainly one you do not want to miss. Pass by Kalber. And he puts a shoulder into Bicel. Kalber finds it. He's already got 2 tonight. Team leader in goals. Saunders not far behind. Jason Gillen, defenseman, steps up, puts it right back into the corner. Now John Moody takes it behind the net to the point. Wanling gets there to hold it in. Saucers one to Drago. James Drago. Nice move, lost it, but went right to Kalber. His pass on the wrong side of Moody. John Moody. Saucer pass through the Wanling. Back door, and good defensive stick there, denying Drago. That time by Mason Petrie. Puck to the slot, only one there. Ogburn skates it to safety. Gets the red, dumps it in, goes in after it. First one there, shakes Moody. Centers, Villani can't get it towards the goal. Ogburn tried to return it to him. Great read by Wanling. But he couldn't clear. Tom Ford on goal. Steered aside by Michael DiGirolamo, who has not been all that busy tonight. That time, though, he has to make a save and does. 10 minutes left here in the second. Villani centering pass picked off. Delayed offside as Borowski couldn't quite hold it in. Wanling, big hand high there by Misaletto, but Moody swoops into the attacking zone, drops it for Drago, poke back out to center, defense in the change for Sachem. Pena off the bench, got there before Villani could. Hammered cross ice off the boards and in. That was Borowski keeping it away from Kalber. Gandolfo on to Saunders. Saunders sweeps it towards the front, shot on. And it stays out, or no, does it go? It does. I couldn't tell for sure. I knew it sounded like it hit the post. No one really reacting. Obviously the score being what it is, but it is a goal. My apologies. It's Caden Marcus's goal. And it makes it a 6-0 game. It's a little passing play, 7-0 rather. I heard the post. I really didn't see a reaction. I didn't even kind of see the little fist bumps there from the Sachem players. So and I didn't see a signal from the ref. So I kind of just assumed it didn't go. My apologies. Never assume a goal or not, folks. Lesson learned. 7-0. Just under 9 minutes left here in the second period. Pena takes the shot. That time fought off. Pena again. Loads up a knuckle puck. Save made. Big rebound. Cleared out. And yes, swoop in, and it was knocked off a stick by Villani right on goal, where DiGirolamo had to be alert. Saunders calling for it, gets it. Looking for help, Saguna will join him. Gets to it in the corner. Gets back on it. Goes behind the goal, Saunders. Gave it up to Joshua King. But it's taken right back by Sachem and put in deep by Horman. Center towards the front. Saguna has a stick taken right out of his hands, and back in comes Ogburn. Ogburn shakes Pena. Tries the short side. I believe that glanced off the jersey of DiGirolamo. And went across to the far corner. Horman to Saguna. For Saunders. They'll put it in deep halfway through the hockey game. The first half completely controlled by Sachem. Big hit from Saguna as he drilled Mason Petrie. Meanwhile, back in, Saguna will dump it off to Langiel, who curls back. Tried to center across ice. It hit Ogburn. Trapani goes down. The official in the way. Blocked the centering pass attempt. Now Lorette. Cross ice picked off. Ogburn. Lorette hustles back to thwart the breakaway. Ogburn has it twisted, though, and then takes the shot. And it's gloved and held by DiGirolamo. .650 remaining in the middle frame. It's been all Sachem up to this point. Connetquot Sayville at least trying to get on the board here. Maybe start a little rally. Aiello right through the crease. Wraps around and back out to center, where King will move it past Proscia, though, and Lorette keeps it to Trapani. Drop past Saguna, a bit too far of his reach. But he caught back up to it and played it in deep. Return pass on the wrong side of him. And by Sell. Well skated out as Proscia to his right. We'll just angle it deeper. Lorette stapled to the boards. Pass towards the front. Unable to get to it was Bennett King. And it's cleared out again by Sachem. Here's Saguna. Drops it to Trapani. To the slot. And scores. William Trapani, second of the game. Talked about the shot he possesses. And, well, there it is again. Connetquot Sayville giving him a little bit too much room there. Goes low blocker. So 8-0 here in favor of Sachem. Exactly 6 minutes remaining. And we have a penalty here against Bennett King. I believe that was after the goal. Trapani from Saguna and Simone. We wait the call against King, but back to the power play goes Sachem. Potential shorthanded chance. Villani, no. Moody knocked it off his stick. Villani will stay with it, though. Misaletto joins the play. The pass was blocked. And now a chance. Breakaway on the power play. Did it go? It did not. Looks like it may have gotten under the bar and hit the bottom of it. The ref rules, and we play on, and Moody brings it back in 4-on-2. Doubt the official scorer will sound the buzzer if he has a replay angle that no one else does. But here's Moody. Halfway through the power play, Gillen kicked it along. Villani almost took it for a breakaway. Instead, it's a centering pass. Kalber, hat-trick bid, misses. Drago, and we get a whistle. I believe the net was knocked off. Yep. .452 left. Second period. 52 left here on the power play for Sachem. They win the face-off. Bennett King 2 minutes on sportsmanlike conduct after the goal. Horman right down the slot. Save made. He gets back on it. Goes up to Pena. Across. Anderson. Step shoots. Good left pad save. Big rebound. Cleared down the ice. Half a minute left on the penalty. Getting Marcus's goal that I butchered from a few moments ago was assisted by Chase Saunders. That pass over skated. And then a check delivered on Horman by Ogburn, but Marcus in to help. Should just about do it here, though, for the Sachem power play. King, 1 foot over the boards, ready to go. 2 seconds and 1. Looks like he might have been on the ice a second early. No harm, no foul, though, as he re-enters the play. Puck cleared down the ice. Horman will race back to it. Banks it off the boards. Right to Anderson. Horman follows it up. Back over the line. Ogburn took it away. Lays it for Bennett King. King into the zone. Pass blocked. 3-on-2 here for Sachem. As the forwards were in the change. Anderson want to move. Anderson right in it. Rolled off his stick. Pena calling for a back door. It got to him. He rang it off the post. And the net came off in the process. Not sure if it came off before the shot. It was pretty simultaneous, if that changed the trajectory of the puck at all. Linesman will readjust with 13:12 left. Behind the net, taken by Saguna. Goes up to Lorette, who steps in, shot glove save. Three minutes left in the period. Sachem picking up where they left off. 3 goals here in the middle frame. Saguna to Lorette. Trapani. He's got 2 goals tonight. Down to Lorette. Tried to center to Saguna. Did the second time, right? He got hit into the boards. It was over the stick, though, Sagunas. He was wide open suddenly. Centering pass. Trapani for the hat trick. Glanced off of Dorian. Skated out by Villani. Gets around Saguna. Villani outside. Johnny scores. Joseph Villani gripping and ripping and puts the T-Birds on the board. How about this shot? Over the line, used Lorette perhaps as a little bit of a screen and goes high blocker, buries it past DiGirolamo. My apologies, that is not DiGirolamo. Missed a goaltender change right there a few minutes ago. That's Anthony Mare now playing in that number 34, the southpaw goalie. Catches with his right, but plays with a stick in the left, and another chance in tight here. Mare has to sprawl out to make the save. Rebound still loose, and the T-Birds get on the board, and a good follow-up shift. Could not capitalize, though. Put it into the Connetquot Sayville end. Towards the net. Poked away by Dorian, who is still in the goal for Connetquot Sayville. An 8-1 game. Another shot. No look there. Trying to fool the goalie Mare from Aiello. Could not. Minute 27 left. Well, we mentioned that benchmark, if you will, for Sachem that they've set so far here in the opening 3 games. They reached 10 goals in all 3. Each big wins. And they're getting pretty darn close here with still a little over a period left. They scored 10 in their last 2. Their first game, they put up 11. Just trying to lock down the win at this point. Still have a little over 16 minutes left. Chipped on goal save, Mare. Boys, he had to be good here since entering the game. Wanling over the line, inside out, maintains possession. As we have 1 minute left in the period, just dumps it into the corner. Drago behind the net. Defense tied up, tried to send it to Wanling. It went right through his legs. And skated out by Bicel. Bicel sweeps it towards the net, but wide. Comes all the way around. Wanling will chip it out. And moving it on. On for Kalberer. And his chance at 3 goals went high. Anderson down low, 30 left in the period. Errant pass to a vacant center point. And comes back out. Here's Pena. To Anderson. Anderson tried to spin around Ogburn, lost the puck in the process. Ogburn back in, takes a shot, blocked, may have hit his own man Villani. 10 left. Here's Ogburn, high shot off the glass. Coming around to get it, King, 2 seconds and 1. He'll just put it down to the corner. That'll do it for period number 2. Well, Sachem, another strong period. They put up 3. And Villani gets Connetquot Sayville on the board there in the final minutes as well, but it is 8-0. Excuse me, 8-1. I just mentioned the Villani goal, and I'm gypping them of said goal. But it's 8-1 after 2 periods of play. We'll be back for the third momentarily here for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Back for the third period here on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell here alongside Wally Mitchell on camera. As we're set to start the final 15 minutes here tonight at the rinks in this varsity matchup. Sachem leading Connetquot Sayville 8-1 after 2. And 15 minutes away from starting the season 4-0. As they have put up at least 8 goals in each of their first 4 games. Looking to do it again. They put up at least 10 double digits in the first 3. At this point, though, want to be more sound defensively than anything. And here comes an on-man rush for Connetquot Sayville. Shot from the outside. They're stopped by Mare, who will stay in here in the third period. He has given up the only goal for the T-Birds. That was the latest goal scored with 2:22 left in the second from Joseph Villani. Had a few more chances to cut into the deficit after that as well, but could not. Lorette towards the goal, just fired back out down the ice. And Maury went out to play it, but it is in icing. Exactly 1 minute into the period. Saguna on the puck. Trapani works it back for a shot from Wanling that angles wide. Saguna wins the race to it. Pitch check to the boards. In to help Trapani. He's checked by King. Skated out here by the Thunderbirds. Given away, though, to Saguna. Saguna works his way in, has Simone behind him, drops it to him, cross ice, Trapani. Tried to give it to Moody. Misoleto got a piece of the pass. Trapani knocked down as he moved it to Simone. Simone left it at the side of the net, and it will be covered by the goaltender Mason Dorian. A tough one here for Connetquot Sayville. Likely drop to 1-3 on the year. Moody with the puck on the faceoff for Sachem. Behind that one gets by Saguna, but he'll hunt it down. First one there. Trapani takes it out high. Goes down to Saguna, rather Moody looking for Saguna. Passed it behind him. Taken away King, trying to spring Ogburn and does. Moody hustling back. Took the play away. Ogburn stays with it. Tried to sweep it towards the front. He had Bicel open. But it's thwarted by Sachem. Saguna goes hard around. Simone will get there. Moody touches it along. Trapani on to Saguna. Over the blue line. Drop past Trapani. Kicks it all the way around the kick plate. Simone to Moody. Back down to Simone. Saguna tried to return it. Good defensive stick by Bicel. That's cleared out to center. Right back in Saguna. Tough angle try, stopped by Dorian. And he was separated from the puck, and here comes Villani. Villani gets by Horman. Villani, tough angle try, stopped by Mare, and he will keep it moving. Saguna was behind the defense for a moment. Pena will now pass it to where he was as he goes for a change. Move forward, unit out. Picked off by Drago, the pass was, and then cleared out to center. Villani pokes it past Horman, but he'll win the race there. And then give it away. Proscia will just fire it wide. Off the outside of the goal now. And this will be Kalber. Trying to just split the defense here, and it knocked off a stick at the last moment. Drago, though, to the slot, and Wanling fired it wide. Skated out by Villani. Pena to Horman. On the wrong side of Kalber. Back in Jack alone. With his whole team now heading for a change. He fires one off a stick and into the glass. Drago. Let's move to get around Joseph Jackalone, but his pass hit Misoleto. 10.5 remaining here in the third. Drago. Dangerous pass, but it went under the stick of Jackalone and right to Pena. Pena tries that sharp angle, missed high. Comes around for Horman. Gets around Misoleto, who still tied him up though for a moment and then did wrestle the puck away. And then fighting off Misoleto was Drago as he brought it in. Backhands one towards the front, looking for Kalber. Taken away and steered back out to center. 2-on-2 comes Connetquot Sayville, but they'll elect for the dump in. Mare behind his net stops it, and he'll just wait back there. Now on for Lorette. Between the legs pass. Touching it to the middle, there was Wanling. And now Kalber back in. Drops it to Drago, heavy shot. Stick save by Dorian. Aiello from the center red puts it in deep. And trucks in after it. Lorette gets to it. Fans on the clearing attempt. Drago in to help, and Lorette does come away with the puck. It's cleared back in. Stopping it is Mare. Glove down though by Sell. A yellow's pass taken away. Morey. With that dangerous pass there. We've seen our fair share of goalie mishaps tonight. Here's Marcus. On for Langiel. Steer it back to his own end. Goes across. Lorette touches it on for Anderson. Kept away from him. Now Ogburn back in. Ogburn. Tips the shoulder. Backhand try. Shouldered up into the netting by Mare with 8:12 left. Face off. One here by Connetquot Sayville, but forced out to center. Here comes Anderson over the line. That is offside. Against Sachem. 8:02 left. And Sachem wins the ensuing face-off. Pass gets by Caden Marcus. Here's Moody. Goes across. Now pass on Anderson. Took a bump. And T-Birds bring it back the other way. Bicel goes towards the goal. Stick to side. Anderson over skates. King tried to move it. Taken away here. Saunders gets to it halfway through the third period. Score has not changed since late in the second. And Villani put CSY on the board. Flipped out to center. Moody. On for Anderson. Chipped it around Joshua King and heads in after it. Marcus goes up top to Moody. Steps in, center point shoots, way over the net. Wrap try, trying to get Dorian leaning. He got back to the post, and the puck tied up right there where it will be covered, and the clock will stop. With 6:49 left, we mentioned the upcoming games for these two teams. Connetquot Sayville looks like they'll drop to 1-3. Remain at 2 points on the year. Their next game, October the 12th, next week, 7:50 against KPC. Which should be an interesting one. Of course, KPC considered one of the top teams in the varsity division, but lost to Sachem, in a big way as Sachem's offside again. 11-3 was the final one. Those teams' season opener back on September the 19th. That'll be an interesting one. And then Sachem's next game, as we mentioned earlier, also next week, October 13th, 9:40 p.m. puck drop against Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls. That should be one you want to tune in for. Both those games, as all Suffolk County High School Hockey League games, can be seen here on LI Sports Network. It's another save made by Dorian. Larry Andres gets to it. What a move there by Pena. And stumbles down to his knees. Tries to fight through it. Villani took the puck away. 6 minutes remaining. Trapani picks it off. Gandolfo on the slot. Stumbles a bit. Had a shot blocked by Petrie. Trapani took the stick out of the defender's hand. Passes it. Gandolfo fanned on the open goal. Throws it back towards the net. Scrambling back into his crease was Dorian to make the save. Trapani centers it. Gandolfo had to settle again. Saunders followed it up. Couldn't get the shot through. And the puck comes back out. Pena. Off the bench, Kalber has a step. Kalber in front. Couldn't get the shot away. Tied up by Andres. Alani was trying to spring through the pass, didn't make it there. Wanling couldn't fight through the checks. Volani will just fire it down the ice. No icing. Mare stops it. And hit his own man. Rough night for goalies tonight here on the North Rink. Here's Horman, especially if you're wearing a white Sachem jersey, as Horman brings it back in. A couple players stumble down. Looks like the refs will let them play here as we're under 5 minutes remaining. Wandling centers it. Kalber tried to pass it to the slot. Drago got a piece of it with the glove. This is delayed offside. And we get the whistle, and I think the faceoff might be going down the ice here. Wamling lifted the stick there after the call was made and ruled intentional. Looks like they will bring it all the way back down near Mare with 4:25 left. An interesting play right there by Saunders. Connetquot Sayville won the faceoff though. He wasn't really set, but he kind of just skated behind his own net there as they were getting ready for the faceoff. Meanwhile, Marcus back in. 4 minutes to go. Goes up top, Langiel to Marcus, and then as he came around the net, they dropped the puck, and had Sachem won that face-off as the save made, Dorian well out of his crease. And as he was getting back in, the pass went right through the crease out to the point. Shot blocked out of play. But they dropped the puck right as Saunders was curling around the goal, and had Sachem won that face-off, they could have sprung him for a potential breakaway. An interesting little play there by Saunders. Something that teams might want to keep an eye on. Tries that again. Moret to Langiel. Game seems to be well enough in hand where we could probably try that. I'm not sure if coach would like him doing that in a tight one. Here's Langiel back in his own end. Being watched by Wagner. Checks into the boards. It comes back out. Potential chance again. Saguna moves it to Gandolfo. Overskated it, and it's cleared back out. Langiel couldn't find it after he knocked it down. Now puts it into the vacant Sachem penalty box with just under 3 minutes remaining. Face off to the left of the goalie Mare, and it's won by his team. And Moody, the defenseman, brings the center red, puts it in. Got knocked down, so he'll get back to his position. He's left behind, though, and Drago takes the puck. Tried to sweep it towards the front. Kalber was open. Wandling behind the backdrop, and way out of his crease to make the blocker save was Dorian on Drago. He walked right down the slot. Moody to Gillen. Pass picked off, though, and sent down the ice. Mare out of his goal to play it. Moody stops behind his own goal, draws a double, and almost moved that too late. He was able to catch back up to it and get it to Kalber. Over to Drago. Drago to Kalber. Tried to stuff it, could not. Centers it, Moody steps in, blocked by Volani, and he's off to the races here with 2 minutes remaining. Snapshot wide. Really seeing his shot tonight. That one wasn't too far off. Jackalone sweeps it towards the front. Picked off, Drago with 100 seconds on the clock. Takes it wide, shot handcuffed Dorian, but he made the save. Kalber Puts it down for Drago. With a minute 30 left. Good vision. He set up Wanling, who fanned on the one-timer. Jack alone back in for Connetquot. Sayville takes it wide. Gillen all over him, and he'll greet him at the glass. Andres holds it in towards the front, blocked down by Moody. Andres was knocked down by Kalber, and Drago moves it to him. Kalber back in front, right through the crease, getting a piece of it was Dorian as we enter the final minute. Cleared out by the T-Birds. Chase Saunders gets back to it. Over the blue line. Saunders towards the front. Off a skate. Retrieved by Marcus. Marcus, 30 seconds left. Line for Saunders, centered it. Anderson couldn't reach it. Tyler Anderson, 4 goals on the year coming into this game. One of the notable Sachem players. One of the few that's been relatively quiet so far, but I'm sure he'll take the victory. That's offside with 9.6 left. So do one more time just outside the Thunderbirds zone. Here's Horman. He'll skate it in. Let him take one more shot. He winds it up, knocked down, and put in just before the buzzer. There may have been whistles before it was knocked in. We'll see if it counts. Either way, a victory for Sachem as they take this one. Still shows 8-1. Puck definitely went in before the buzzer. The whistle may have came before, though. Doesn't matter too much. Sachem improves to 4-0-0 on the season. Didn't quite reach 10 goals, but they put up an 8 spot here tonight against the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds and dropped them to 1-3-0 on the season. They'll face Kings Park Comac next. Sachem in action next week as well against Smithtown Hauppauge. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight on the Suffolk rink. Sachem goes 1-1 in total as they take this one in dominant fashion. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight. For Wally Mitchell on camera, I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score here at the varsity level, Sachem 8 and Connetquot Sayville 1. You've been tuned into the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on the LI Sports Network. Have a great night.